A mother is speaking out only to Law and Crime about a use of force incident involving the former Minneapolis police officer. Law and Crime senior investigative reporter Adam Klasfeld is here with the exclusive interview.
Thank you for having me, Brian. This interview came out when we had learned, this is for my podcast Objections, we air on Tuesday. And when we learned, when this mother reached out to me and told me her story, and we planned to air on this date, she was just bowled over with the significance of the fact that there were what she called some haunting parallels. When Derek Chauvin had a knee on her 12-year-old child's back, the child, she said, was having trouble breathing. What made the mother step forward is, of course, after Derek Chauvin's conviction, there was another federal civil rights case, one of the case involving George Floyd's murder, but another case involving a 14-year-old. So when she learned another 14-year-old was accused of, had that Derek Chauvin was accused of these actions against a 14-year-old, she came forward to us with her story and brought a new dimension of the case in that her child has autism. And this is, of course, coming in the context of a nationwide conversation about mental health and policing. The Senate Judiciary Committee had a hearing of it just 2 days after Derek Chauvin's conviction, talking about police responses to mental health crises. There is a police report that the mother shared with us that shows that Derek Chauvin, who wrote the report, was responding to a mental health crisis. And she wanted, in coming to us with this story, to shine a light on this particular issue about
Now,
mental health and policing.
Adam, I definitely want to continue to talk more about this, but first, let's take a listen to what the mother had to say.
Even though the reason for my call was serious, and when he was down on my child's back, it was like I was pleading with him, and the way he turned and looked at me and said, "This is what we're doing." And then like I said, I'm fiery. I don't back down very easily. And I felt afraid for my life and certainly for my kid's life at that moment because of the way that he was responding to my words.
Now, Adam, I understand she hasn't spoken to the Minnesota Attorney General's office or federal authorities about this incident. You kind of touched on it a little bit, but tell us a little bit more as to why she's coming forward now.
So part of the reason was when this was happening, as I mentioned, this was a mental health crisis and involving her child. There were one among many involving her child who suffers from autism, has bipolar disorder, and other diagnoses. So she was dealing with a lot of things. And after the video of George Floyd came out, she came across what is known as a blue card that police distribute to crime victims, and it set her on this search. She was more than troubled by what had happened to George Floyd. She learned about what happened to the 14-year-old actually through the George Floyd case when that originally came out, and it set her upon the search. She obtained the police report. She requested the body cam video. The Minneapolis Police Department told her they did not have the video. We're trying to get some answers as to why that's the case.
Exactly. So thank you, Adam, for that exclusive.